What's going on, guys? Zach back with another video, and yes, I look different. There's a reason, and let's get into that right now. So, you may have noticed that over the last probably 2 years that I've been on YouTube doing this thing, I've had a beard. And I've had a beard for longer than that, probably for the last 3 or 4 years. I've been rocking a beard. But that's different, and there is a very big reason for that. The reason for that is I am in the process of enlisting for the U.S. Army, which is a pretty big deal. You know, I have a wife, 2 kids, and this is a massive life change that we're going to be going through. I won't go into a lot of details as to why, because there are some personal reasons that, you know, that's between me and my wife, but some of the big reasons are, if you've been following this channel for any amount of time, you know that I am a HVAC installer. I install AC systems for a living. And that comes with its good, that comes with its bad. The good is that there is quite a bit of money involved. You know, we have been fortunate to be pretty comfortable for the most part, financially. You know, it offers an amazing skill that's useful outside of the workplace. You know, I've replaced my parents' AC just probably about a month ago. Like, it's a great skill to have. I love working a blue collar job. I hate that term. Anybody who works in the trades hates the term blue collar, but that's the type of, I mean, that's the name that it's been given. You know, the construction, all those kind of jobs. So I've enjoyed it over the last 3 years. That being said, it is really difficult when probably about 70 to 80% of what I make during the year happens within 3 months, which means I'm crazy busy in the summer, working 12, 13, 14-hour days. And now that it's winter, I've had 4 days off in a row. And the way that my job in particular works is I only get paid when I work. I'm not on salary. I'm not on, you know, I can't just go in. Like, I only get paid when I work, because I get paid per install that I do. Each unit that I install, I get money for. It's not like an hourly thing. It's piece rate, if you're familiar with that. Pretty much, like, when I install jobs, I get paid for that job. There's a flat amount per job that I do. Each job I do, I get paid for. So in the winter, I'm not getting paid, which is really a stressful time when we build up our savings account in the summer, and then during the winter, you just see that savings slowly just dwindle. And it's stressful when that savings account gets to a really low number and I don't have any jobs on the schedule. You know, being that we have 2 kids, there's a lot of decisions that make this a really stressful time. So we explored pretty much almost every option out there. You know, moving to a different state, because I'm in Arizona. So a lot of the reason why it slows down so much in the winter is because the weather's nice enough to not necessarily run any AC type system or heater system. It doesn't get cold enough to run the heat, and it doesn't get hot enough to run the AC. So people just aren't using their systems, and they can't justify spending money to replace the system if they're not even using it. So we tossed back the idea back and forth. We talked about me joining the military probably about 3 years ago when I first started into getting HVAC. One of those options in the beginning was serving in the military. And it didn't really appeal to me at that time. More so for the fact of, you know, my wife and I pretty much just got married. I don't want to be shipping out, leaving the family that I'm just starting. So this decision is a long time in the making, and this time around it just felt right. So that being said, just yesterday I went to the recruiting office, got all of my preliminary paperwork done, sent off to be processed, got my fingerprints done, and now is the next steps into taking my ASVAB test, which I have coming up. Probably when I post this video, I'll be taking it most likely today. Depending on when I decide to post this. And then the process after that, I go take my physical exam and my MEPS, you know, doing all of the actual going to a facility, processing, doing all of that, and then picking out a job for the Army, swearing in, and then waiting to get shipped off to basic training. And I have a rough timeline from this moment right now, recording this video, of about a month and a half before I end up packing all my stuff and leaving for basic training for 10 weeks. So that's a big deal. And that begs the question of what happens with you guys? What happens with this channel? What happens to everything that I've been building over the last basically 2 years here on YouTube? Well, nothing's really going to be different. I've been focusing a lot on shorts lately here on YouTube. Very, very simple, very basic, very, typical, just really easy shorts. So what I'm going to be doing for you guys, and so that this channel doesn't die out, I'm not quitting YouTube. I'm definitely still going to be doing all of this stuff. The issue is I won't have access to anything while I'm in basic training for 10 weeks, 2.5 months. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be pre-recording a bunch of videos and scheduling them out over the next 2.5, 3 months. Probably even longer, because after basic training, I go into what's called Advanced Individual Training, or AIT, which is more specialized training and courses for my specific job that I'll end up choosing for the Army. Depending on that job, it's going to be another couple of months. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to leave you guys high and dry. I'm going to look out for you. I got you covered. So I have a whole bunch of stuff that I need to review, that I will be reviewing. That's going to be in steps. That's going to be coming out to you. Probably I'll have 1, maybe 2 videos a month over the next couple of months, while I get settled in the Army, while I get, all of these things finalized, back into a groove. I will have something coming out. Don't know exactly when, don't know exactly what. Most likely is going to be knife reviews. I have a lot that I'm backed up on. So if any company is out there watching this video and you've sent me something to review, it's coming. But I've had a lot of life happening. So with that, let's intro some of the stuff that I will be going into full depth over the next couple of months. Some you've already seen, so I won't be showing those, but all of these are brand new that I've picked up over the last 2-3 weeks. So let's look at it. I'm actually just going to do a pocket dump update you guys on, we've talked a lot about my life. Now let's talk about my stuff. What do I carry? What have I been carrying? So the wallet, you guys know it hasn't changed. It's still the Tailored by Cortez Cujo V2 wallet, and this thing is building up a solid patina. I was hanging out with Taylor the other day, and he said that he's never seen this natural color leather. I'm going to pop up a picture of what this used to look like when it was brand new. And now it's this beautiful, like, whiskey brown kind of color. It's black on the back, because I have been carrying this for a long time. Ever since I got it, it has not left my pocket. And you know that, the last couple of pocket dumps, that's been my wallet. And I'm not changing anytime soon because that one's awesome. The pen also has not changed. It is still the tactile side click in the bronze. It's also building up a solid patina. And the flashlight. I did switch this one out just because I felt like carrying something new. This one is the Raylight Pineapple Mini. Honestly, so the CWF Tactile Apollo is my favorite AA size flashlight, 14500 size flashlight. The Pineapple Mini, on the other hand, is my favorite AAA size flashlight. It's a lot slimmer, it's a lot smaller, more compact, and this one differs from the Apollo in the fact that it is completely customizable. There's about 8 or 9 different mode options built in here. You can tap a couple times on the tail cap and select your mode from there. I really like that. Plus, if I give it a second here, it's on. On the inside, I don't know how well it's going to pick up, but there's a little glow gasket inside of the emitter. That makes it really awesome to be able to find in the dark. Now, let's get into the couple of knives that I will be showing off over the next couple of months. Mixed in with some others, but these are the main ones. Let's start off with the newest fixed blade in my collection. And this is one that I have had my eyes on for months. And when I say months, I mean months. Going back to like June, May, that time frame. So the one that I'm talking about is this guy. This is the BM Knife and Tool Field Spec Explorer. And this one is the sheep's foot blade, hollow ground magna cut with the brass handle scales. Been on kind of a brass kick lately, starting, you know, the pen from Tactile kind of started it off, but just a really solid utilitarian blade. The brass on here gives it a really nice weight that I kind of prefer, especially in a fixed blade. Sort of just gives me more confidence in using it. Feels more heavy duty, feels more hard use. I don't know how to explain it. It feels like it's built for heavy duty, which it probably can take. Next up is going to be the newest one, and that's going to be this guy. This is a knife from a company I've never heard of before until one of Barbarian Brawny. If you follow him on Instagram or YouTube, he just got, I think, a couple of knives from PHH Monster, this brand, in for a review as well. So this is the PHH Monster Urban Grip. So you have a nice shredded carbon fiber inlay on the front, this sort of bronzy titanium anodizing on the frame, and then on the back side here is another shredded carbon fiber inlay. But front flipper only, and this knife is big. I think it's a 3 3/4 inch blade, 3.5 inch blade, almost 8 inches overall. But yeah, solid M390 steel, and this one is coated. It's just a really nice, slim sort of gentleman's knife. And yeah, this one's going to be having its own review. I've been loving carrying this. Such a slicey profile, and that front flipper just gives it a super solid carry profile. So that's the PHH Monster Urban Grip. And then the last one that I will be going into reviewing is probably my favorite out of the bunch. And it's the newest release from Griffin Co. Keith Griffin out of Canada. And this is the X Series bolster lock. I had my eyes on this for a little bit, but again, I was hanging out with Taylor from Taylor by Cortez, and he has the X Series fixed blade. And I was carrying that, and I was like, dang, that thing is nice. I got to get my hands on it. And I wanted the brass scales on that, but the brass variant is sold out everywhere. This particular one I've been eyeing on Blade and Beam. That's where I got this one. That's where I've got most of the other stuff. This brass pen came from Blade and Beam. My Tactile Apollo came from Blade and Beam. If you're in the market, this isn't sponsored whatsoever, but if you're in the market for any type of knife or flashlight, Blade and Beam has you covered. This is just a natural plug. They're not paying me. I'm not sponsored. But right now, that's probably my favorite website to shop most of my EDC gear. But back into the X Series. So the reason I went with the folder over the fixed blade is because they had the folding knife in brass, but they didn't have it in the fixed blade. So I picked up the folder, and this is a very big knife, about the same size as the Urban Grip. But we have a hollow ground magna cut blade, titanium frame, and brass inlays on, or I guess brass bolsters. It's a bolster lock, so the titanium frame is covered partially by the brass. But same deal with the BMKT Explorer, is this thing is hefty. It gives me a lot of confidence in using it, even though it's probably just a mental thing. But yeah, this thing is so sick. Not exclusively a front flipper, even though that is the most obvious method of deployment, but it does have a little fuller on either side for deploying. But yeah, gonna have full videos on those, plus some more coming up. If you want to support me in this journey, go ahead, subscribe, leave a like, and I won't see you guys for a couple of months, but you're going to see me for the next couple of months. So if you comment, if you do anything, if you reach out to me and I'm not responding, it's because I can't, because I'm not going to have access to my phone or anything over the next 10 weeks. So yeah, with all of this said, I will see you guys not so soon, but like I said, you'll see me. We'll be having this exchange on YouTube every once in a while, but I won't be fully back for probably another 4 months, 5 months, if I had to guess. But I won't leave you hanging. I've got some videos coming up. So with all that said, till next time, peace.